Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei einer weiteren Let's Stream Steelrising. Letztes Mal haben wir das 4. Gebiet gemacht. Wir müssen jetzt mit den Männern hier reden und dann zurück zu Luxemburg. Ich bin gespannt, was noch kommt. Weil bis jetzt habe ich ja nur diese vier Gebiete, die ich machen kann. Mehr geht ja zurzeit nicht. Deswegen bin ich jetzt sehr gespannt, was noch kommt.
Mon père.
Plus tard, s'il vous plaît. I need a moment alone. I must read over my notes in light of what we have just discovered.
Na, mit ihm kann ich noch reden.
Monseigneur, you visited the Marquis de Mirabeau to administer his last rites.
That's right. What of it?
Did he tell you anything about his son?
Please, not another word. I heard this man's confession, and am therefore bound by the strictest secrecy. There are no exceptions to canon law in this matter.
What task did you entrust to the abbot?
The Holy Office ordered me to keep an eye on the Comte de Cagliostro. This charlatan imagines himself to be the heir of Mesmer, the magnetizer, and seems to have ingratiated himself with the king. There have been disturbing reports about him that could lead to his excommunication. It is said that he can make the dead speak. Can you imagine? I asked the abbot to investigate the surroundings of Eugène de Vaucançon's workshop, where the count had been seen coming and going for several weeks. I cannot disclose the details of what he discovered there, but it may well be related to the events that have plunged Paris into mourning.
What task did you entrust to the abbot?
The Holy Office ordered me to keep an eye on the Comte de Cagliostro. This charlatan imagines himself to be the heir of Mesmer.
Das ist immer noch das Gleiche.
And seems to have there have been. I cannot.
That other world where you were held prisoner. Do you still feel its effects?
This other world, as you call it, Aegis, is none other than hell itself. Gehenna. The place the Lord sends those who worship the beast. But hell didn't keep me. Has God given me a chance to redeem myself, perhaps?
Dabei habe ich ihn gerettet.
Monseigneur.
Wait just a moment, s'il vous plaît. You are one of Cagliostro's creatures, are you not?
What do you mean?
When did you awaken?
I do not understand, Monseigneur.
Well, that is to say, you talk, you think, you seem to act with some sort of free will. This was not always the case, that much is clear. You must agree that not all automates are as sophisticated as yourself. I'm attempting to unravel the mystery of your true nature. Tell me, what are your very first memories?
That is a question I am unable to answer.
How strange. In that case, you must surely be able to tell me who taught you what you know.
What I know, Monseigneur?
How can I put it in a way that you'll understand? For example, you call me Monseigneur. How do you know that this is how one addresses a member of the clergy of my rank?
I cannot explain it. I believe...
Go on, Aegis.
I believe that this knowledge is not mine.
Well, I never. Did you hear that, Abbot?
I caught every word, mon ami.
Jetzt bleibt nur noch Julian übrig.
Monsieur Raymond.
Oh, es sind ein paar Sachen.
You are quite a long way from home, Monsieur Raymond.
I haven't been back to Saint-Domingue in nearly 5 years. I left my most trusted men in charge of overseeing my indigo plantation. I came to France with the aim of having an audience with the king. I hoped to convince him to use his automats for agricultural work. I was of the belief that this was the best way to ease the suffering of our enslaved brethren. Alas, it was all for naught. I was only able to get an audience with the Minister of the Navy, and even that was granted reluctantly. Later, when the king convened the Estates General, my hopes were renewed. I saw it as an opportunity to make our voices heard. And then, mon Dieu, what a disaster, Aegis. What a complete disaster.
What fate does the kingdom reserve for those with black skin?
According to tradition, any enslaved person who sets foot on French soil is freed.
This rule is most problematic in the eyes of planters in the colonies, who would seek to maintain their precious labor force.
This is why, for the past 12 years, no black people have been allowed to disembark in any of the kingdom's ports. Those who accompany their masters on the journey are imprisoned in the Admiralty's jails the moment they leave the ship. As for those who manage to evade the authorities, they live in fear of the raids carried out by the Marshalsea.
Are you not subject to these laws, Monsieur Raymond?
I am fortunate enough to have been born a subject of the king through my father, and also to have received an education, and to be wealthy.
Naturally, that makes all the difference.
What is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in a position to improve the lot of our unfortunate brethren. Our numbers grow by the day, and we have many illustrious members, such as the Comte de Mirabeau and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it was Monsieur Brissot and the Abbot that founded the group.
Good old Brissot. Shouldn't he be here by now?
Yes, mon père. He should have arrived hours ago. Alas, there has been no sign of him.
I hope to God that no misfortune has befallen him.
Ich denke, das war's fürs Erste. Natürlich wieder was zum Lesen. Okay, die Schwarzen werden also unterdrückt. Und zwar sogar ziemlich hart. Okay. Hier habe ich noch eine Nebenaufgabe. Und hier sind die Charaktere. Ich versuche erstmal dahin zu reisen. Verbessern kann ich noch nichts. Ja, 11.000, oha. Bismod-Block. Was kann ich denn kaufen? Das wäre eine Überlegung wert. Allein weil es mich heilt. Okay, ich werde es auf jeden Fall erstmal versuchen, die Charakter hier zu finden. Weil ich kann jetzt das ja durchbrechen. Da, wo ich davor nicht durchgekommen bin. Aufschließen kann ich es noch nicht, aber wie gesagt, ich denke... Da konnte ich noch nicht durch. Aber hier. Das ist doch mal perfekt. Essenz eines revolutionären Geistes. Das ist neu. Okay, hier könnte ich weiter. Wow. Den hätte ich fast übersehen. Omas Partisane. Oh. Das ist eine schwere Waffe. Aber hier konnte ich nicht weiter. Oh, aber Lebendgranaten habe ich noch gefunden. Dann hat es sich ja sogar gelohnt, einen Umweg zu machen. Oh, hier ist sogar ein Zwischenboss. Erledigt. Biomod-Block sogar. Und ein Modulschlüssel. Oh, das hat sich richtig gelohnt. Zack. Ein alter Schlüssel. Okay, da war jetzt echt nur ein Schlüssel, mehr nicht. Komm, an dich kann ich anschleichen. Perfekt. Ich frage mich, wofür dieser Schlüssel ist. Ah Mist, ich dachte, da kann ich mich anschleichen. Okay, den habe ich auch. Vielleicht war das hier irgend so ein Geheimgebiet, wo ich irgendwas Besonderes bekomme. Wäre schon cool, wenn es sowas wäre. Obwohl, es könnte auch einfach nur das sein, um diese Seite da hinten aufzusperren. Dieser alte Schlüssel. Könnte auch echt sein, dass es nur das ist. Werde ich ja gleich sehen. Wenn der alte Schlüssel jetzt da durchpasst. Nur gesagt, wenn ich jetzt das Tor hier aufsperren kann, dann war es das wirklich. Ja, es war's. Ich fasse es nicht. Bevor wir weitergehen, geben wir erstmal unsere ganze Erfahrung aus. Davon baue ich noch ein. Ich kann die Pistole upgraden. Das wäre super. 2 Biomusk und Orichalcum. Okay, und ein Attribut. Ja, 10 reicht erstmal. Ausdauer Leben. Ja, statt Leben bin ich mehr so ein auf Angriff. Ich gehe erstmal eine Weile auf Angriff. Schadet ja nicht. Oh, das ist ein neuer. Oh nein, das ist einfach der mit dem Feuer. So ist halt ohne Feuer. Okay, war also doch nicht so neu. Ach, ist da, wo ich mit diesem Boot hingereist bin, nicht wahr? Ah, jetzt weiß ich, wo ich bin. Okay, hier kann ich nach Paris reisen. Nee, das will ich ja gar nicht. Ich denke, dass ich hier dann zurückkommen würde zu der Königin. Ja, das ist jetzt die Frage, mache ich das? Wie gesagt, habe ich was davon, wenn ich zu ihr zurückgehe? Ja, auf jeden Fall schaden kann es nicht. Ja, komm. Wie gesagt, Schaden tut's ja nicht. Kann ich noch ein bisschen Erfahrung sammeln. Das habe ich nicht wirklich gut getimt. Aber ey, es gibt Schlimmeres. Aber schon greift mich an. Boah, war das schlecht. Jetzt aber. Noch einmal. Vielen Dank. Ja, doch, das mit dem Kontern ist nicht schlecht. Fürs Heilen. So. Ah, ich komme da gar nicht hoch. Ah, okay, okay. Damit habe ich jetzt nicht gerechnet. Damit habe ich jetzt gar nicht gerechnet. Ich komme da gar nicht hoch. Ja, das hat sich jetzt eigentlich schon wieder gegessen, ne? Wenn ich da nicht hochkomme, komme ich da nicht weiter. Ach, schade. Ich dachte, ich könnte jetzt zur Königin zurück. Ja, das ist wirklich schade. Da dachte ich jetzt, da habe ich ein Geheimnis gefunden. War wohl nichts. Hier kann ich auch nicht durch, oder? Nein. Schade. Okay, dann kann ich es nochmal hier versuchen. Und dann sollte ich mit der Hauptstory weitermachen danach. Ich kann ja nicht den ganzen Tag hier ein bisschen rumgeistern. Okay, ich komme hier nirgends so hoch, oder? Ah, ich komme hier... Oh, perfekt, stimmt. Jetzt kann ich die Nebenmission hier machen. Das gefällt mir. Boah, zum Glück bin ich hier nochmal hingegangen. Ich bin nämlich jemand, ich liebe Nebenmissionen. Ich mache lieber alles. Zumindest versuche ich beim Spiel immer alles zu haben, damit ich die ganze Spielerfahrung habe. Ich finde das voll geil. Die verschiedenen Geheimnisse aufzudecken. Verstecke. Okay, das kann ich zerstören. Ich gehe erst auf dich. Du bist nämlich die Nervensäge. Okay. Hier oben ist zumindest nichts mehr. Komm, bei dir schleiche ich mich ein. Ah, hat er mich leider doch erwischt noch. Okay, dann kann ich ja nur noch das zerstören. Okay, es gibt zwei Wege. Den und den. Ich töte den erstmal. Okay, da ist die Nebenmission. Ich versuche erstmal hier runter zu gehen. Perfekt, war die richtige Entscheidung. Modulschlüssel, ja, war definitiv die richtige Entscheidung. Okay, hier kann ich noch nicht hin. Bronzebarren. Hier ist nichts. Hier ist auch nichts. Da kann ich doch was zerstören. Nicht wirklich. Hey, wieso komme ich hier nicht durch? Nee, ihr sagt, dass ich hier... Brauche ich wahrscheinlich einen besonderen Schlüssel, oder? Nein. Ach, Mano. Ich wüsste aber nicht, was ich dazu brauche. Da stand ja auch nichts. Das ist schon seltsam. Naja, was anderes bleibt mir nicht übrig. Ich kann auch mein Modul verstärken. Eigentlich noch 10 Stück, dann habe ich es. Meine Waffe ist auch Maximum. Ich glaube, so viel länger sollte das Spiel nicht mehr gehen. Okay, wie viel habe ich noch gebraucht? Noch 7000, oder? Ja, sollte reichen. Perfekt. Definitiv weiter auf Angriff. Da 15 ist wieder +3 und eine Betäubung hoch. Dann reisen wir mal. Da sind wir wieder in Luxemburg. Boah, es geht schon weit. Okay. Das ist definitiv eine Wand zum Kaputtmachen. Ich bin überlegen, ob ich... Ja, ich musste da hoch und dann da außen herum, oder? Wenn ich mich richtig erinnere. Genau, musste ich hier lang. Um nach da zu kommen. Ja, ich denke, ich bin richtig. Boah, da muss ich echt aufpassen mit der Verzögerung. Boah, da hat er gut gekontert, die Spinne. So, jetzt habe ich dich aber. Jetzt habe ich den Rhythmus. Zack. Ach, weil ich im Kampf bin. Ich muss die echt töten. Oder auch nicht. Oh, neue Ausrüstung. Nur 3. Ist schon schwach. Nee. Ich hab das und das hier. Arztrollbeutel. Es ist nicht lesbar. Okay, und wie soll ich die entschärfen? Nee, mehr habe ich nicht. Oha, echt jetzt? Da trifft er mich noch. Hoppala. Das hätte in die Hose gehen können. Das hätte sogar richtig in die Hose gehen können.
Monsieur de Lafayette, you are safe and sound.
Safe and sound indeed, but with a broken soul. I have just returned from Place Dauphine.
I understand, monsieur. The Garde Nationale.
I was too late. All these brave men, cut down in a single attack. Why was I not among them? Alas, I am condemned to outlive them, and to witness an even greater calamity.
What disaster do you fear, monsieur?
It's a highly sensitive matter. I've been waiting in vain for a message of the utmost importance.
Can you tell me more about it?
Ma foi, at this point, I don't really have a choice.
You can speak freely. Have no fear.
Before the king's attack, I sent a squad of horsemen on a very important assignment. They were to collect a precious cargo at Gros Caillou, not far from the Hotel des Invalides.
What sort of cargo?
I'm sorry, Aegis, but I swore on my life to keep it a secret. All I can tell you is that it would give us a decisive advantage. But I haven't heard from my men. I'm worried that the exchange may have met with misfortune. It is paramount that I learn what happened and who has the cargo now. The future of the kingdom depends on it.
Since it's so important, I will go there myself and attempt to solve this mystery.
Okay, einfach so eine Nebenmission jetzt oder was? Und jetzt kann ich wahrscheinlich da durch. Okay, es wurde mir schon früher angezeigt, dass ich die Nebenmission da machen kann. Das ist interessant. Erstmal gucken wir, ob wir da nicht noch ein paar Sachen regeln können. Oh, was ist denn das? Schon wieder was zum Lesen.
Eh bien, Aegis, did you make sure my men managed to collect the cargo?
No, I haven't gone there yet.
Et alors? What are you waiting for? This is a matter of the utmost
Die sind alle so
importance.
höflich
The
zu mir.
exchange was to take place near the Église du Gros Caillou, the town next to Les Invalides.
Erstmal rede ich mit den anderen. Okay, die sind wichtig. Also erstmal mit ihm.
Monsieur,
What can I do for you, madame?
how do you intend to counter the king's actions?
Unfortunately, we don't have the upper hand. For now, we can only hope to protect ourselves from him. I am convinced that something is afoot. Something that could destroy all our hopes in an instant.
You have my full attention.
You should know that I am a gunpowder commissioner. As such, I oversee the provision of gunpowder to the kingdom's arsenals, l'Arsenal de Paris in particular. For the past 2 days, a large quantity of gunpowder from Marsangy has been sitting near Les Invalides. It's in a warehouse by the factories. But the men I sent to take possession of the cargo and transport it to the Arsenal have gone missing. Do you realize what this means?
The gunpowder could have fallen into our enemy's hands.
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's enough to destroy half of Paris. Whether it is still in the warehouse or has fallen into the wrong hands, we must find it urgently. Then, if possible, we must neutralize it.
How?
Simply by placing it in contact with water. Nothing could be easier in theory, but we must find a way to flood it.
Flood the gunpowder? You're out of your mind, Lavoisier. We're in the most desperate of situations and you want to deprive us of such a valuable resource. What will our cannons use once we have formed our army of patriots?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would sound the retreat before the battle has even begun.
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it.
Ach so, das ist eine Nebenmission, wo ich entscheiden kann, was ich mache. Okay, dann erstmal die Nebenmission und dann die Hauptmission.
Monsieur de Mirabeau.
Have your efforts paid off?
Alas, the bishop stubbornly refused to reveal anything.
Damn it. I need to know what my rogue of a father is up to. Let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wager that my sister and mother received similar letters. They may even have already suffered his revenge. However, my sister lives in Garce in the south of France. Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, she could not have received this letter. Then there is my poor mother.
If you ask me, I will go to find her.
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer. But I couldn't even tell you where she is staying.
Your own mother?
Indeed. It's a very embarrassing matter. A secret, which I beg you not to divulge.
I can be discreet. Rest assured.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Covey, has lost everything. Truly. First her fortune, then her faculties. No matter what I tried, nothing could prevent her decline. It is said that she is now living on charity, in the most abject poverty in the slums of the Marais. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful place, and if she still remembers who she is, perhaps you may meet her.
Schon heftig, dass er seine Mutter quasi einfach dagelassen hat. Ja, das finde ich jetzt echt hart.
Ah, you're back.
Die eigene
Do you bring
Mutter.
me glad tidings?
The abbot is safe and sound. He is at the Société des Amis des Noirs, with Monsieur Raymond and the Bishop of Nancy.
Very well. Very well. May Providence allow them to reach us safely. Though I despise war, we must rally the people for battle as soon as possible. A reliable source tells me the arsenal at Les Invalides is overflowing with weapons, but a royal automat guards it. I now have no doubt that you are capable of defeating such a creature. But are you prepared to go back into the fray?
Yes, I am.
Very well. Try to clear the way so we can access the Hôtel des Invalides. Once you've done that, we'll take care of the rest. A handful of patriots are already there. Their task was to open a passage to the east, through the Faubourg Saint-Germain.
Very well. I will go and find them. Were you present when the Estates General was dissolved?
Oui, madame. I had a front row seat. I witnessed what it cost to defy the crown. We laid bare before the king the abject misery of his subjects.
Das hatten wir schon mal.
It was more than he could suffer. So he had the people's representatives dispersed by means of bayonets. At least we only had to contend with soldiers made of flesh.
Goodbye, Monsieur de Robespierre.
Okay, hier haben wir zumindest alles gemacht. Entschuldigung. Okay, jetzt kann ich wieder kaufen. Gut zu wissen. Jetzt kann ich nur noch hier hin.
There is no hope of reaching Les Invalides by the moat. I shall have to go round it through the Faubourg Saint-Germain. According to Monsieur de Robespierre, his men have cleared a path for me.
Oh, okay, diesmal habe ich echt viel zu tun. Okay, den Schießpulver zum Schluss. Gehe ich erstmal zu den Reitern. Wenn es geht. Dafür müsste ich da irgendwie rüberkommen. Und mich nicht angreifen lassen. Gucken wir noch mal, ob ich hier irgendwas finde. Ich habe jetzt mehr Fähigkeiten. Vielleicht finde ich ja irgendwas, was sich zu gebrauchen lässt. Okay, dann muss ich halt nochmal zurücklaufen. Vielleicht gibt es da hinten irgendwas. Viele andere Möglichkeiten habe ich ja nicht. No. Okay. Das konnte ich zumindest schon mal zerstören. Wenigstens einen neuen Ort schon mal. Aber hier war nichts. Dann noch weiter zurück. Und ich renne da mitten rein. Komm schon, irgendwas muss hier doch sein. Mal sehen, ob ich da überhaupt hinkomme. Ah, ich hatte hier was übersehen. Schnell ein bisschen Ausdauer holen. Ja, ist schon heftig, was man hier alles findet.
Dieu Tout-Puissant!
Madame de Polignac.
It's dreadful, Aegis. All is lost.
What are you doing here, Madame?
The children, Aegis. Charlotte and the Dauphin. The Queen and the Marquis de Lafayette did everything they could do to save them from the King's madness. They spent days working out every detail of this operation with the greatest secrecy. The preparations for departure with our accomplices in the Queen's house. The children's escape, hidden inside this wagon. Our meeting here, in this very place. Then our departure with the riders who were to ensure our safe passage all the way to Austria. They would have been safe there with their uncle, the Emperor. But you can see for yourself. The children are nowhere to be seen.
How were you able to leave Saint-Cloud?
Earlier, after you ventured out into the palace grounds, all of the machines that were guarding us set out after you. I seized the opportunity to go to the stables and jump into a horseless carriage. Poor Monsieur Cléry. He was the Dauphin's valet. The poor soul gave his life to protect the little ones.
Madame.
Okay, soll ich die jetzt hier einfach liegen lassen oder was? Boah, das sind ein paar Sachen.
Four horses for 3 men.
Irgendwas stimmt hier nicht. Ein Pferd zu viel.
A red cap with a rooster embroidered on it. A list of staging posts between Paris and Liège. Perhaps Madame de Polignac will know what this means.
Boah, das sieht so danach aus, als müsste ich dagegen kämpfen.
Madame. Over here there are 4 dead horses. And the body of a 3rd man wearing a red cap.
4 horses for 3 men. That means one assailant managed to get away.
The attackers all bear the same red cap with an embroidered rooster.
It's the symbol worn by those who support the Duc d'Orléans.
One of them had a map indicating all the staging posts from here to the Principality of Liège.
Liège? That rabble-ridden city is where the Duke and his miscreants have established their base. It's beyond doubt. The Duke's men have taken the children. They're the ones behind this ambush. And they knew every detail of our plans. We were betrayed.
But surely the ambush did not go exactly as planned. 3 of them lost their lives.
That's true. If only we could catch the one who was able to escape. But now that I think about it, the riders that the Marquis de Lafayette promised us, if they made it here, they may have been able to surprise the kidnappers and stop them from carrying out their misdeed. By the grace of God, they may already be on their way to Vienna with the children.
I shall get to the bottom of this. Which garrison is this squad from?
They are stationed at the Hôtel des Invalides. The riders must have left from there.
Very well. I will try to retrace their steps. As for you, please return to the Queen at once. You have taken enough risks as it is.
Find the children, Aegis. Je vous en supplie.
Okay, erstmal. Kann ich hier durch? Nein. Kann ich nicht. Ist hier irgendwas anderes von irgendeiner Bedeutung? Sieht nicht so aus. Habe ich hier was übersehen? Ich hätte doch niemals eine Kiste übersehen, oder? Reparaturmodul. Ja, die Module muss ich mir angucken. Na. Okay, dass ich mich bei denen einschleichen kann, wusste ich nicht. Ja, okay, ich sollte womöglich weitergehen. Und nicht so viel rumspielen. Die Reiter werde ich schon noch finden. Ich fasse es nicht. Wie soll ich da hinkommen? Ich könnte es echt nicht erklären. Das ist eine große Kirche. Würde ich von der anderen Seite irgendwie da hinkommen? In irgendeiner Art und Weise? Ich glaube fast nicht. Ja, okay, machen wir das erst mit dem Schießpulver. Boah, jetzt sind die Türen offen.
Were stored here and rolled away. These grooves prove it.
Oh, da sind ein paar gestorben.
It would appear that Monsieur Lavoisier's gunpowder was taken to the Bastille. Traces of gunpowder.
Hä, und das war's jetzt, oder was? In der Bastille. Ich will... Nein, wirklich nur hier. Ich bin sehr verwirrt. Dadurch komme ich nicht. Oder noch nicht. Ich bin so richtig verwirrt gerade. Zu den Pferden komme ich nicht. Darüber komme ich auch nicht. Ja, jetzt ist die Tür offen. Was sagte mir für die Aufgabe mit den Reitern?
Monsieur de Robespierre's men. They perished in the line of duty.
Ich bin so verwirrt gerade.
No! No, proszę pa. De grâce. I don't want to die. Not like this. Oh, if I had known, I would have set fire to that monster factory long ago.
A monster factory?
Vaucanson's demonic forges. The Gehenna where you were smelted, just like all the murderers of your kind.
Monsieur, I have no intention of harming you. I have come to put an end to the king's actions.
If you're telling the truth, then go away. And let me live.
Ich will aber mit dir reden.
Au nom du ciel, put down your weapons. Please, I beg you to spare these poor people.
These poor people? But the streets are empty. There is not a soul there who is still alive.
There are still those who resist. Some good people came here earlier and asked me for a drink. They swore they would liberate the Hotel des Invalides. They looked exhausted, but utterly determined to fight to their very last breath.
Das hört sich gar nicht gut an.
What about the automats? Have you observed their movements?
A convoy, led by those machines, went by here. Countless wagons, loaded with barrels. They came from the north, most likely from the factories. I think something terrible is going to happen.
What do you fear will happen?
I don't know, but I have a terrible feeling. Laissez-moi à présent. You'll draw those creatures to us.
Ich glaube, das war's mit dem Reden. Und ich glaube, ein Paket ist da, also ich bin gleich wieder da. Da bin ich wieder. Oh, das konnte ich aufschließen. Erstmal schalten wir das frei. Und ich gucke, ob ich hier noch irgendwas finde, was für mich gut ist. Granitpflasterstein. Dann machen wir erstmal die Nebenmission hier. Ich soll hier irgendwas untersuchen. Und hier ist eine Erinnerung.
Athénaïs, pour l'amour de Dieu, run and hide!
What do you mean, Papa?
Hurry, I beg you! The Count is at our door. He shall take us away.
Good heavens!
Don't worry about me. Run, I say. Run!
Where could she have escaped to? I should keep looking.
Das war der erste Hinweis. Flamme und Flocke. Boah, das hört sich gut an. Und eine neue Ausrüstung. Okay, das ist mit Balance. Na, dafür halt Ausdauer und Panzer auch ein bisschen weg. Aber es könnte es fast schon wert sein. Allein wegen der Balance. Überlege ich mir. Flamme und Flocke. Oh, mit Gegenangriff. Ja, das sind die Schwerpunkte aber schon wieder so aufgeteilt. Es ist auf jeden Fall eine Überlegung wert. Vielleicht werde ich die mal leveln. Weil Kraft, Gewandtheit und Schwerpunkt Alchemie. Das mit der Alchemie ist halt gut. Warte, ich will gucken, ob die wirklich... wechseln. Lade dich wieder auf. Es wäre eine Überlegung wert. Es kommt darauf an, auf welches Level ich die noch pushen kann. Ja, weil Betäubung ist eine Menge runter. Ja, das können wir wie gesagt noch nachgucken.
A hiding place in the Luxembourg gardens. If I could find out where it was, I could track down Athénaïs.
Okay, muss ich jetzt nach Luxembourg? Ja. würde halt wirklich gern zu diesen Reitern. Aber ich wüsste nicht, wohin ich da muss. Aber eigentlich müsste es ja machbar sein. Ich gucke mich drüben um. Nach der Mission, wenn ich vom Gebiet hier weg muss. Ich werde nicht auch die ganze Zeit Gespenster jagen. Ein bisschen weiterkommen möchte ich ja. Erstmal ist hier irgendwas. Oh, Frostgranaten. Frostgranaten sind immer gern gesehen. Boah, es sind einige. Okay, wohin führt mich das? Ah, wieder hier zum Anfang. Komm her. Blitzresistenzmodul 3. Ich denke, das gibt sehr viel Blitzresistenz. Okay, dann kann ich noch hier hoch und da seitlich hin. Seitlich geht's zur Hauptmission weiter. Dann gucke ich mal, ob ich die hier erledigen kann. Zack. Okay, hier war nichts mehr. Okay, komm, ich finde hier doch noch irgendwas. Okay, erstmal hier lang. Sogar eine Erinnerung, perfekt.
You must carry on, I beg you!
I will make it. I'm out of breath.
Morando de Gia! Suzanne, just a bit more! We're almost there!
Okay, die konnten beide abhauen. Ich frage mich, wer von den beiden denn quasi diesen Gegner steuert. Okay, zerstören konnte ich hier nichts. Dann gehen wir nach oben. Boah, das ist ein großer. Und ich muss hier runter. Okay, da kann ich nichts zerstören. Nur was finden. Aber nichts wirklich befreien oder aufmachen. Oh Gott. Komm her. Komm nochmal her. Ich will mich ganz auf Land. Komm her, bevor der Große kommt. Ah. Klar kommt da noch eine Spinne. Oh, die habe ich gut erledigt. Okay, sonst war hier nichts. Oder? Na, nicht, dass ich sehe. Da sieht es schon stark nach wieder einem Boss aus. Okay, ich könnte da, ich könnte aber auch hier lang.
The Ottomans ravaged the church and slaughtered the faithful.
Okay, das ist der Boss. Okay, bevor ich da irgendwas untersuche, tue ich erstmal den Boss töten. Frage ist nur... Ja, komm. Das hat weh. Das tat immer noch weh. Komm schon. Zack. Da hätte ich ihn jetzt erwischen können. Zack. Betäubungsdauer. Modulschlüssel und Biomods-Block. Ich habe nur einen Schlüssel. Blitzresistenz hier. 15%. Ah, die lohnt sich nicht. Da müsste ich einfach nur 4 Level steigen von Alchemie. Betäubungsdauer. Ja, es wäre nicht schlecht, um Ausdauer aufzuladen. Aber jetzt auch nicht wirklich, was ich sage, boah, das brauche ich. Okay. Ich glaube nicht, dass sie das jetzt überlebt hat. Die Chancen dafür sind wirklich gering. Komm, Level kann ich doch steigen. So 200 fehlen ungefähr. So. Definitiv Gewandtheit. Recalcum und Bismut. Ach, da macht der Gegenangriff Frost- und Feuerschaden. Das ist das. Boah, das ist eigentlich nicht schlecht. Das ist halt mit Betäuben einiges besser. Genauso wie mit der Wucht, dass ich ihn umschmeiße und dann... Aber Feuer und Frost ist halt schon... Das hat was. Ja, wenn ich die Waffe auf Maximum habe, mache ich als nächstes die und dann werde ich die irgendwann testen. Ich denke, das lohnt sich da mal reinzugucken. Ja. Oh. Oh, das hätte ich jetzt sogar übersehen, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Bomben schmeißen ist nicht fair, hey. Ich benutze dich zur Heilung. Einmal geht noch. Also da war gerade irgendwas mit V. Achso, okay. Okay, da drüben geht's weiter. Dann gucke ich mich erstmal hier um.
Don't be afraid. I mean you no harm.
Oh, Senor, he can speak.
What do you want with us, Automat?
What happened in this church?
You should know. It was your kind that slaughtered these lambs. I don't think those who were able to escape stand much of a chance either.
Hey, das sind alles Automata-Rassisten hier. Nur weil die anderen böse sind, heißt nicht, dass wir böse sind. Das geht ja gar nicht.
Where are the survivors?
They're hiding in the catacombs behind the church.
There's also the gentleman that the automats took alive.
Where did they take the gentleman?
We haven't the slightest idea.
That's enough questions now. Leave us be, Vertu.
Mehr kriege ich aus denen wohl nicht raus. Okay. Sollte hier nicht weitergehen für mich? Aber der hat doch bestimmt noch was für mich. Schön. Irgendwas muss hier noch sein. Irgendwas vom Wert. Oh, das hat sich ja gelohnt. Gesundheitsverstärker. Oh. Okay. Komm schon, irgendwas gibt's hier doch bestimmt noch. Okay, aufmachen kann ich ja. Den muss ich töten. Komm schon, es dauert aber lange. Okay, ich kann ihn ziemlich schnell schocken. Aufschließen kann ich noch nicht. Aber vielleicht finde ich ja was. Oben drüber kann ich nicht, ja. Na, das wäre zu leicht. Wäre auch zu schön gewesen, wenn es so leicht gewesen wäre. Weil irgendwas muss ich doch hier machen können, was sinnvoll ist. Oder auch nicht. Okay, dann müssen wir doch zur Hauptstory weiter. Vorher noch einmal reines Öl nehmen. Ich bin voll der Öl-Junkie hier. Ja, ist schon witzig, weil ich ein Roboter bin, brauche ich Öl, um mich zu heilen. Boah, 3 Stück. Weiß ich nicht. Boah, das weiß ich jetzt wirklich nicht. Alle 3, oder? Oh nein. Boah, perfekt. Ja, manchmal bin ich gar nicht so schlecht. Aber nur manchmal. Okay. Gibt's hier irgendwas Interessantes? Nicht wirklich, oder? Nö. Aber looten können wir überall. Okay, wo kommen wir hier hin? Okay, zuallererst mal aufmachen schadet nie. Ah, jetzt sind wir da wieder am Anfang. Okay. Ich glaube, so komme ich auch zu den Reitern. Zustandsdauer. Oh. Ach, ich muss hier hoch. Ich wollte schon sagen, ist aber komisch, dass ich nicht weiterkomme. Und du Schlüssel? Definitiv nochmal am Boden. Ich möchte wissen, was es hier noch gibt.
I'm getting closer to Les Invalides. Here I should be able to cross the moat easily.
Ah ja, genau so kommen wir auch zu den Pferden. Gut, dass ich nicht nochmal zurückgegangen bin und da mich dumm gesucht habe. Das hätte echt doof enden können. Hätte ich mich wirklich wortwörtlich dumm gesucht. Hier darüber könnte ich. Hier ist nichts mehr, okay. Dann. Perfekt. Hier können wir die Reiter auch untersuchen. Bevor wir es uns ins Haus wagen. Irgendwie kaputt. Da geht ein Haus. Kann ich hier außen herum? Nein, kann ich nicht.
The debt was no longer sustainable, Your Majesty. Your mechanical revolution has changed the face of the kingdom, but the coffers are woefully empty.
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes? Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
Yes, Your Majesty, as long as it is distributed fairly. The representatives of the nobility, the clergy, and the Third Estate must come to an agreement. That is why we have convened the Estates General. Tomorrow you are to preside over the opening ceremonies.
Your Estates General. Nothing good can come of it. You have roused the spirit of rebellion. All I hear about are their damned cahiers de doléances. My rightful enjoyment is being challenged. The streets of Versailles are teeming with loudmouth fanatics with sacrilegious thoughts. Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely set this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware. I have a surprise in store for anyone who dares attack my throne.
Okay. Manchmal kann ich sie zerstören, manchmal nicht. Sieht doch so aus, als ob hier ein Boss kommt, oder? Sag ich doch. Bei dem lässt sich gut verteilen. Oha. Die Bosse sind leicht mit der Forstpistole. Ich muss nur aufpassen, dass sie mich nicht erwischen, während ich sie quasi nachlade. Da war ich zu spät. Noch einmal nachladen. Boah, der war sehr leicht.
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away. No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
That is not my intention. I have come to rescue you.
Rescue me? But what on earth are you?
It is of no importance. How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances. Well, I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And, most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths filled with pain and sorrow. And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. Oh, it's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
I will take you to the Quartier convent. You will be safe there.
Nein. Was ist mit dem Loot? Jetzt darf ich den ganzen Weg nochmal laufen. Nein. Hätte ich das gewusst.
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the Patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refused to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts. Bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that safe is said to be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round Versailles for a while now. It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him. I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. We were separated in the Église Sainte-Marie, on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
Jetzt darf ich erstmal mit allen wieder reden, um zu gucken, ob noch irgendwelche Nebenmissionen übrig sind. Super. Okay, damit haben wir die Briefe gelesen.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Den gehen wir von hinten nach vorne.
Monsieur Lavoisier,
What can I do for you, Aegis?
the clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
Goodbye, Monsieur Lavoisier. Monsieur Bailly.
Ah, mademoiselle. I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
I found a document written in a script that I was unable to read.
Let me see. Ah, je vois. These pages were written using some sort of shorthand. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I'm wont to use it myself from time to time while jotting down my ideas as they come.
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult to decipher. Je crois. I believe it's an autopsy report. The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
Goodbye, Monsieur Bailly. Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
What is
Blausäure.
prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue, which is a pigment derived from the cochineal, an insect.
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison, of the most dangerous sort. Though at weaker doses, it merely induces a deep soporific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis? Is everything all right?
Oh, jetzt soll ich es der Königin sagen.
Eh bien. Do you come bearing news from Monsieur Marat?
No, not yet.
I have it on good authority that he is in the quarries in Montmartre. He's the only person who could show you a way to reach the Bastille. Don't forget.
Is your plan to arm the populace going as planned?
Oh, far from it, madame. The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is that?
Most of the strategic points in the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear, one so great that those who do not lose consciousness go mad or perish on the spot. This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mentioned share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the sacred fire.
Une lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I am now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory. And that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster quies in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows me to repair myself.
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tiens, donc, tungsten and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral acid could change its structure. Melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid, or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
Have you found my
Mehr hat er wohl nicht zu sagen.
Not yet.
Remember, rumor has it she lives in the slums of the Marais, in the shadow of the Bastille.
Minister Necker claims that you were a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath? This, madame, is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the King's chambers.
What lock could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said it was indestructible.
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the expertise of our dear Monsieur Bailly. Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier as well, our gunpowder commissioner. I'm sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow the door off that stubborn safe.
Good. I will go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to attend to.
You are forgiven for everything.
In that case, it has been a pleasure, madam.
Jetzt kriegen wir eine Mission nach der anderen. Okay, dann reden wir nochmal mit ihm. Langsam merke ich mir die Namen.
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
I would like to access the contents of a safe that is supposedly unbreakable. Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to you, madame?
I need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of it, mon ami. Do you think I just walk around with explosives in my pockets?
Oh. I apologize. It was Monsieur de Mirabeau's idea.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness? I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
He has left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur
Ein
Lavoisier.
Versuch war es zumindest wert. Okay, mit denen habe ich jetzt geredet. Als nächstes mit den drei und diesen zwei.
Has anyone seen Monsieur de Mirabeau?
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation owners in the Empire. Those from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santé, our most formidable adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money, and their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty. when I overheard a conversation between two planters from Basse-Terre. If they are to be believed, the Club de Marcillac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their exact words. It's hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night, without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure such a hell. Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the established colonial order because your entire fortune depends on it.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No. I must act with both compassion and realism.
It is true that every reform must be approached with prudence. This reform is not so difficult. I've begun it myself at La Belle Gabrielle, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man the right to cultivate his own land.
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel. What Monsieur Raymond has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hôtel de Marcillac alive.
Boah, ich frage mich, wie viele Missionen die mir noch geben.
Did you go to the Hôtel de Marcillac?
No, not yet.
Remember, it's by Les Halles, just west of the Marché des Innocents.
Ich glaube, das habe ich ihn schon mal gefragt.
What is the aim of this
Ja.
organization?
Okay, das hatten wir schon.
See you
Dann belassen wir
later,
es jetzt
perhaps.
dabei. Jetzt ist der Papst dran.
My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Méry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix, Aegis.
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely, mon ami. And this leads me to fear the worst.
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in Heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Quartier. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his Lapis Philosophorum.
What is the Lapis Philosophorum, mon père?
The Philosopher's Stone. Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature, or even what it might look like. All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how? There are automats everywhere.
Aegis,
Oui, mon père.
will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitent's door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year, I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
Goodbye, mon père.
Boah, ist ja wirklich eine Mission nach der anderen.
How is your research on Nicholas Flamel going?
I have done nothing yet.
Don't take too long, Aegis. Don't forget that the tomb is in the crypt of the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, under the cemetery. The church isn't far from the Hôtel de Ville.
Goodbye, mon père.
Übrigens, es waren ja noch nicht mal alle. Ich habe ja noch 2 Leute, mit denen ich reden kann.
Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating yet.
Don't give up, I beg you. Remember, the last time I saw my poor wife, we were in the Église Sainte-Marie on Rue de Bourgogne. That's in the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides. As for the bonds, you'll find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries.
Ja, jetzt nur noch er.
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who did you meet there?
Madame de Polignac, the Queen's favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? The lives of these poor children hang in the balance. My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were to set off for Gros Caillou.
Goodbye, Monsieur le Marquis.
Boah, das war jetzt aber viel. Ich habe jetzt gefühlt 300 Missionen. Oha, Es sind nur Nebenmissionen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Stück. Da habe ich mir was angelacht. Ich dachte, das Spiel ist jetzt bald vorbei, aber anscheinend noch lange nicht. Vitrol beschaffen. Athenais Versteck finden. Und die Königin. Die Königin ist der Wagen. Was ist denn überhaupt die Hauptmission? Hier Montmartre. Habe ich erstmal noch einige Nebenmissionen zu tun. Wirklich einige. Es ist die Frage, welche ich zuerst mache. Athenais Versteck finden ist, glaube ich, das Sinnvollste. Das kann ich ja hier machen. Aber ich beende es erstmal für heute. Heute habe ich leider nicht so viel Zeit, aber morgen werde ich gleich früh beginnen und weitermachen. Das heißt, heute war es erstmal und morgen machen wir die 9 Nebenmissionen, wenn wir alle schaffen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.